it's your boy AG Cornerman Boxer out here, my man Blair the Flair Cobbs, New York City tonight, Chan. What brings you out here, Chan?
Hey man, what brings me out here tonight is that we got some big fights happening in Madison Square Garden. You got my friend Alexis Salazar that's going to be performing in possibly opening up or the triple header. Either way, he's fighting Xander Zayas, and it's going to be a big fight. It's going to be a big show, and I look forward to seeing what happens through the whole card because you have some really good contenders, some really good opposition, and some really good underdogs.
So I mean, what's lined up with you, Champ? You got anything going on lined up or anything like that?
I can't really speak on it just yet, but we have to go through another negotiation phase with Golden Boy so far, and see what happens. Sky's the limits for Blair the Flair. I'm on the top. I'm at the top 10 rankings in every belt holding and everything, every sanctioning body, and it's just like, let's make stuff happen. Let's make the big fights happen now rather than later. That's how I feel. Boxing is like been kind of on a down slope, and the reason why is because these big fights don't happen. Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford was supposed to been happen. What happened? You know, there is like the fighting fans don't want to hear like the excuses. They want to see the fights. They want to see the drama. They want to see the excitement and fall in love with what made boxing great. Blair the Flair is here to bring exactly that.
Absolutely. And like as I told you off camera, I was watching you live one day with Greg Hackett. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all from Philly. Y'all been holding it down out there. But one thing I noticed is your passion, your hunger. Like, you really mean that. You want these top guys, man. And I was like, and now that I saw you in person, I'm like, man, I gotta get his thoughts on what's going on,
Absolutely. Look, this is a very different type of take on Blair the Flair. And people kind of like they forget about it, or maybe they're not watching careful enough. Blair the Flair actually wants the smoke. Blair the Flair is actually calling out the young fighters as much as the top fighters, as in, Terrence Crawford and the likes of everyone else. Blair the Flair is actually calling these guys out. These guys are not being tested. I've been tested multiple times, inside and outside the ring. But yet, none of these guys are getting tested, but yet they want everything. They want the highest ranking. They want to be number one. They want all the prestige of being the best without actually fighting, without actually like being in any kind of like resistance or commotion. Blair the Flair is here to change that. We're here to change that. Blair the Flair is here to stay, and Blair the Flair is going to be here putting on the biggest fights and the biggest attractions.
Right. On that same note, of calling guys out and things like that, you don't hear too many people call you out, Champ. Why you think? You don't hear too many young fighters or even guys that contenders saying, man, I want Blair the Flair. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because people want to see you fight, man, but you don't hear that too much. What you think about that?
You have to be extremely stupid to call me out. You just have to be that damn stupid. Because the thing is, I'm the biggest wild card in boxing. Reason why is because you don't know what the fuck to like expect when you see Blair the Flair. You don't really know what to expect. All you know is that something crazy might happen. You know what I'm saying? Like every fight there's been dramatic differences in every fight. I feel bad for people that are actually trying to study me, because I don't make sense at all. Like, just the Maurice Hooker fight looked absolutely nothing like the Alexis Rocha fight. Would Alexis Rocha fight me again? I think not. It's just that much dramatically difference between fights in each and every fight. So so that's why I hold the power in the division. You don't know what to expect from me. I know what to expect from everybody else, and that's the thing. You've been in there so consistently, and you ain't been really tested. So the only real question is what happens when you get your mouth punched. What happens when your heart gets tested?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm proven. I will keep fighting. I will find a way. You know what I mean? And with the odds stacked against me, I can still win. And I still have faith. What happens when you get hurt is the biggest question. And that's the biggest question that like a lot of these young athletes have to answer sooner or later.
Right.
I'm gonna make it sooner.
Right. Now, Champ, how do you keep yourself continue to get better? And as you said, every time you're different, but I'm seeing that as in a positive way. Like you continue to grow, you continue to get better as a fighter. What's the key to that?
One of the main things is learning learning what you're capable of, learning what you're not capable of, and in order to get better, you have to be able to reinvent yourself. You have to be able to change, be able to grow, be able to push yourself to those boundaries. You have to be able to push yourself to the point of like, okay, this I can't do. You know what I mean? And then do it anyways. Mm-hmm. So it's just about pushing the boundaries and pushing the envelope inside and outside the ring. Sometimes people don't know what they're capable of because they really haven't tested themselves. Mm-hmm. Like, what happens when this happens? Do you really know, or is it just because it's always going your way? You know what I mean? What happens when your technique fails you? Can you fight? What happens when your power fails you? Can you box? There's a lot of questions that we can ask to all of these young fighters because they never really been tested. I mean, you know, and then even the top fighters, there's still questions too in that. Can you bounce back from adversity? Can you really like get up to fight again after losing to a crazy motherfucker with red hair? You know, like can you bounce back from that adversity? Because like let's say God says, hey, you're gonna lose this night. It don't matter what the hell you got going on. Whatever you was planning, it's done.
It's out the window.
Yeah, it's out the goddamn window. You can't even fight your way through this goddamn ass whooping. What happens then? Can you bounce back from a loss? Absolutely. Because these guys don't want to lose at all. They don't want to lose, and I get it. But like if you had to face it, could you actually bounce back? Do you really have the heart of a lion, or is it just show?
And many people don't know, Champ, but as we were saying off camera, you know, like boxing resembles life a lot. And someone as yourself, with your character, you faced that adversity. You've been down and out. You've been able to pull yourself back up, you know, and that's why I feel you could speak on that a little bit.
Absolutely. And it's like this. We all facing like ups and downs. We're all facing demons. We're all facing like trials and tribulations in life. And honestly, boxing ain't got nothing on life. But the thing is, what makes it great is the fact that boxing, you know what I mean, at its best, you get to see the truth of the human heart, of the human spirit, in actual action, in physical action. Is a very, very rare thing to see. But every once in a while, boxing have those fights that you see it. You know, like the Diego Corrales, and what was the guy name? Diego Corrales.
The other Mexican fighter?
Yeah.
Oh man, I got it too. I can't remember right now. Is it Castillo?
The Castillo Diego Corrales fight. He gets knocked down like 3 times and he come back to win still. Yeah. Like that is something that perfects the art of life. Muhammad Ali, nobody thought that Muhammad Ali was gonna win the Sonny Liston fight, but then he still fought. You know, nobody thought that he was gonna win the George Foreman fight.
Facts.
He's gonna die. They're gonna kill him. He's gonna kill him. And then he like, even though he's still braggadocious, still believe in himself, and still have the heart of a lion and believe in God to that degree that he believes in his heart of hearts, even after everyone else done counted him out, probably even the motherfuckers that's in his corner. You know, he comes out there and he wins victoriously. That was the human spirit at motion. That's what we looking for. So with that being said, I've already done that multiple times. And that's why I call myself the people's champion. And this is what we need. We need this for boxing. We need the best fighting the best, with no bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm done even talking about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford now. And it's like, you know what? If not, y'all don't want to make it happen, I'll smoke both of y'all.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
I ain't even playing anymore. Like, you know what? Look, I'm a top 10 contender. I talk the most shit. It ain't like you're not gonna get paid. You probably get paid more fighting me than fighting each other at this point. You know what I mean? You guys are fucking shit up. And let's just make the fights happen. Let's make big fights happen. Let's make history happen. That's how I feel.
I love it, Chan. I love that energy, and that's what I noticed in that interview with Greg Hackett. Like, you was willing. Man, Greg was even throwing the name Virgil Ortiz out there and all kind of guys, and you just like, man, I could tell by your energy. You just like, man, bring that shit.
For real, it's like, look, man, yeah, everybody was talking about Virgil Ortiz. Even Go-To Boys talk about Virgil Ortiz until that fight that I fought recently ended. And then the fight that he fought with McKinson ended. It didn't look so good anymore. Like, you know what? I promised you Virgil Ortiz, but never mind. I'd rather fight somebody like Sionis that don't move around as much and it's not as dangerous. Like one punch dangerous. One punch dangerous. I'll move and I can punch at the same time, and I can trap you into a shot that you can't see coming and you can't avoid, and put your ass the fuck down.
Yes, sir.
But who am I to say? I'm a nobody, I'm a clown. Ain't no way I can beat any of these guys, right?
That's what
somebody's gonna lose a whole lot of money and somebody's gonna win a whole lot of money when it comes to that fight. And that's something that we need to get happening. That should have been the next fight. That should be happening right now.
Absolutely.
But it's not. We need to know why. You know, I want answers. The fans definitely want answers.
Shit, the media want answers too. We want
Hell
answers
yeah.
too.
I want answers as to like what's going on with Alexis Rocha. Why y'all playing so many games with him? Are y'all like holding on to him so tight? Like for what? You know what I mean? He's a great athlete. He has a great team. If you believe in him, put him in the fire. Fair. Not no fucking 4-week notice. You know what I mean? With Blair or somebody like that. Give him like quick late notice and everything. No. Give him a fair fight and see how the fuck he performs. You believe in Virgil Ortiz? Give him a fair fight and see how he performs. You believe in all these other guys? Ennis? Everybody believes in Ennis. Give him a fair fight and see what happens. I'm curious. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to see what happens when motherfuckers that's not already beat before they get in the ring, not get hit in the back of the head, go down quick, find a place to fucking fall, and then stay there. You know what I mean? I'd love to see what happens when you really test it. Like, oh shit, man, like, time out. Whoa, this, okay. I can't just like counter this dude either. Like, he's countering me now. Now he's catching me in the exchange. All right, now he's throwing more punches than me. How do I like beat this? You know what I mean? I love to see what happens when he has to go to the corner, and the corner and him don't really have a whole lot of answers, so he has to fight.
Wow,
You know
that's
what I mean? I would love to see what happens.
That's deep, champ.
You know, it's a question that even they don't want to really answer. You know what I'm saying? But like a lot of people don't want to know these answers.
Right.
But I'm curious.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even like the fights that's coming on right now tonight. I mean, not tonight,
Saturday,
but it's
yeah.
Saturday. Yeah, this young kid, Xander Zayas. He's a young guy. He's a really good prospect. He ain't been challenged at all. Fighting complete like nobody's midgets, rather. I don't even know how. I didn't know he was that. He's not that much taller than anybody. I might be his height, maybe a little bit taller. You know what I mean? He's fighting midgets. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder what happens when he gets tested. You know what I mean? This fight against Alexis is going to be a test. This motherfucker's in shape. You think he ain't? This motherfucker's in shape. You know what I mean? And he's ready.
Y'all in camp together?
Yeah, we in camp together and all that shit. That motherfucker's in shape. And he can fight.
It's going to be good then.
You gonna get hit. You know what I mean? this might be the final test of your fucking career. This could be where you fell.
Oh shit. Man.
This could be where you're like, okay, man, we gotta go back to the drawing board. Top rank just dropped me. What the fuck we gonna do now? That could happen.
That's
or
when it gets real.
you could rise to the occasion and like, you know what I mean? And things would be like, okay, yo, that was a crazy test. I made it out the fight. You know what I mean? I'm on to bigger and better things, but now I know what I'm capable of. So, like, you know.
It's funny because what you said about Boots, a lot of guys praise him, but then you also hear guys say that he hasn't really been tested yet to be able to say he beats a Spence or a Crawford or something like that.
Yeah, like even if he can beat a Spencer Crawford, which is like, you know, that would be great. Like, I believe in him. I believe that he has a lot of potential. The only problem is me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm from Philly too.
Right.
When you look me in my eyes, you see some fear in his eyes. You know this, it's real. Okay, it's real. Like, this nigga did not die off. Like, he was supposed to be dead long ago. But then, like, I rose from all that fire. I rose from the ashes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No resources, no family, no nothing. Still made it. And still moving.
Right.
And even with the loss, still moving harder and faster than ever.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's the only problem I see. But outside of that, I think, me personally, I think Boots can beat anybody. You know what I'm saying? But we have a whole lot of questions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I would love for him to start calling young fighters out. People that are fucking there. Like, we got a lot of really good talent that's not calling each other out.
Right. You see that a lot.
You know what I mean? We got Virgil Ortiz knocking everybody out. It's like, yo, we wonder is it because of the circumstances? Is it because the fighters weren't ready? Is it because you're really that strong? Which is it? Are you really that great? Like, I don't know.
Right.
But like, if the promotion company, if Golden Boy believes in him, he should be in there with a real test. So this fight that's coming up, I believe it's a real test. It plays in his favor because he's not fighting nobody that's moving around like McKinson did.
Right.
McKinson gave him a horrible show.
He'd be fighting Stanionis, right?
Yeah, he's fighting Stanionis.
Okay.
Which is still a tough guy. You know what I mean? Virgil has a little bit more power edge, and the fact that, like, he's not, like, Virgil can't hit nothing moving. That's like almost a given. But that motherfucker's not moving nowhere. he's an unmovable object. Stanionis is.
Right.
But he's a young, tough fighter, and I'll look forward to see what happens. Because he's gonna get hit. And it's gonna be a tough fight.
Right.
You know what I mean? Odds play in Virgil Ortiz's favor, but I think that will be a good show and a good fight. I still think that I would rather fight him myself than like Stanionis, because I believe that I deserve it. I deserve that fight more than anybody else. You know, Stanionis is taken care of. You know what I mean? I've been fighting fucking 50-50s and 60-40s against me so many times, it's ridiculous. I almost don't even know how to fight a motherfucker that's not like got the odds stacked against me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, that's the crazy part. Me fighting these guys, I don't feel different. I don't feel out of place. And then when they get hurt, they feel out of place.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I get hurt, I feel right at home. Oh, don't worry, I'm going to get back. I'm going to get back.
For sure.
You know, so, you know. But like, I love to see what happens.
Right, and just to make it clear for the fans, because I feel the energy, so I know, but you'd be available and willing to fight any of those top guys, the Virgils, the Ennis.
Absolutely. Give me a full training camp, a fair fight, and I'll fight absolutely anybody.
Shit, I believe
I'm not going to do this like 3 weeks, 4-week training camp like I did with Alexis anymore. Nah, and then like not know what's going on until like the damn near day of. I ain't signed a contract until the day of the fucking fight, damn near.
Oh,
so
damn.
I'm not doing that anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? I had to save that card, and I saved the card, made sure everybody made their money, and went home fine.
Right.
Went home safe. But this next couple fights, I don't even ask for much. But most people are scared of a 50-50.
Yeah, that's true.
They want circumstantial wins like a motherfucker. Let me see what happens when the circumstances ain't in your favor.
Absolutely.
Even if it was a 50-50 fight, I can give you credit. I would love to see it.
Absolutely. So would we, champ. But yeah, man, it's been such a pleasure catching up with you, champ. We're gonna let you enjoy the rest of your night, man. What message you have for all the people supporting you?
Absolutely. You can check me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Blair the Flair for more exciting content. Official BlairTheFlair.com.
Woo!
Because nobody does it better. The most exciting man in boxing is here to stay.
Let's go, champ. We here, baby.